do our intro. Let me go ahead and get that.
I can't hear anything.
Hold on. I'll fix it, Steph.
So they can hear us on the intro.
Oh, no. I'm going to go ahead and put this.
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the west side of San Antonio. My name is Mike Jimenez. That is Joe Garcia producing. That is Chicana Fuerte also producing. And here to my side, Joe Coronado from the Chancla Academy. You know him, you love him, you follow him on social media. Going to be co-hosting today. What's going on, everybody? It is Friday. I got the day right today, right?
I think you did, because yesterday you said it was Thursday, and I said, no, Mike, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
You said it was Wednesday.
And what's the phrase from Lyle and Han? It is Friday, and
we don't give a damn, bro.
You know
we
what?
don't give a damn.
I don't normally ask for this.
Yeah.
But I think we need to have that grito.
Oh,
A Friday grito, because I don't normally ask for it.
All right.
Sometimes too ethnic.
Don't worry, Joe. We give him a lot of crap for that, man.
But let's hear it, man. Let's start the Friday off the right way. That's right, baby.
No, this is your favorite part right here.
That would be a grito climax. By the way, I can barely hear Joe's mic from where I'm at. Is everything good sound wise?
I can hear him.
You can hear him? Okay.
Joe, can you hear? Can you? Okay.
So very nice. So we're going to go for about an hour and a half today. You know, we do sports, pop culture, nostalgic things. You know what I'm nostalgic over? I'm nostalgic over Tiger Woods being good. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Remember when Tiger Woods was a good golfer? Right now, almost near last place right now at the Open there, which is one of the majors out there in Europe. Ridiculous. Shot 8 over today, 14 over for the tournament. We'll get into that. Should he just hang him up? Should just get rid of it?
He should just get rid of it.
But we'll get into that a little bit. We'll also talk about the Cowboys. Jerry Jones speaking out saying, you know what? It's just so difficult to get all our guys signed, man, you know, because you got Micah Parsons, you got Trayvon Diggs, you got Dak Prescott, you got all these people. It's just too difficult, man. It's too difficult. Camp is going to be starting next week. Dak Prescott without a contract right now. We'll talk about that. We'll get some nostalgia in here. We'll talk some comedy. I know that, Joe, you have some things going on in your world that you want to get into. We'll talk about that. I saw a couple of studies today that I thought were kind of funny. One basically said that San Antonio is one of the worst places to live in the United States. Ranked at number 441 out of 500. Fair or foul? You know, I've always said that if the city of San Antonio lost the Spurs, we just simply be Laredo at that point.
Oh my God, that would be detrimental.
We're Laredo with an NBA team. Let's just call it what it is. Also, I saw this thing online talking about bad movies that everybody loves.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that there was one that has a Rotten Tomato score of 3%. And I got to ask you about this movie because it's a movie that I didn't see a lot of movies growing up, right? This one snuck by my parents because my parents sheltered me when it came to movies. The Toy with Richard Pryor.
Oh, hey, that's a good movie.
3% on Rotten Tomatoes. What are some bad movies that you really
Was it because it's ethnic?
Racist, I think is the word. Our live stream is up right now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you want to be part of the show, we can talk about you. You know, your comments can come out. We read the best ones. It helps steer the show a little bit. We have some people already coming in from Las Vegas saying that they're listening.
Wow,
we typically have Garrett from the Netherlands who's always on. It's always pretty cool that we have some from the Valley, from Austin, all in the house today.
We even had somebody like from Poland and from Europe listening.
You know, we're on the algorithm now with 1,008 subscribers. Now we crossed the 1,000 mark this past week.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We were talking a little bit earlier because we started a little bit late because we needed to have a little bit of breakfast. No, we had to get everything going, right?
Yeah.
But congratulations, by the way, to our friend Matt Lerma, who's one of our listeners. Matt Lerma talks a lot of Spurs content. Twitter Spaces and things like that. I was on TikTok a couple days ago. He just lost over 40 pounds.
Oh, no, he lost 100, I think.
Oh, well, he mentioned 40, I guess, in a certain time span. He's doing an amazing job with that. I'm actually at the lowest I've been this year, so I'm kind of excited about that. The yo-yo goes up and down, but I'm at the low point of the yo-yo, see if I can break through that plateau. But you were telling me that you do intermittent fasting, and that's kind of your thing, man.
Yeah, I did it before a couple years back before I moved to Florida, and I got down. I was like about 210 when I started. Then I got down to about like 170 is where I got. I still had a little bit of a belly, but man, it felt so good. Like I felt great. Like I could get up in the morning with no problems and everything. And then I kind of slipped back when we moved back to San Antonio. I was living in Florida, so there was no good Mexican food. But yeah, recently now I've lost maybe about like 8 pounds in the last month. So I mean, you know, I'm going to continue to keep going.
I've been doing hiking and walking, man. My neighborhood is so hilly. I did last week about 25 miles of walks, hills through the neighborhood, my neighborhood. I also went to the gym and lifted weights about 3 times. Lifted yesterday for a little bit. The day before I lifted. Going out there today, I was feeling a McDonald's, man. I needed a McDonald's kick. Got the Egg McMuffin, but no hash browns, dude. No hash browns, just a little sandwich, 500 calories.
Yeah.
You know, gonna go on. I'll eat healthier the rest of the day. It wasn't too bad. No. It wasn't too bad, but I'm excited about that. Get the yo-yo back down. Got to get in that dating shape there, Steph.
Hey, it's summer bods.
Well, you know what? I mean, things are feeling a little bit better these days.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I just want to go from second trimester to first trimester. That's all I want.
How many weeks?
I want to look 4 months pregnant on 6. Okay, that's basically it.
I mean, and it's kind of funny that you say that because women's bodies are always different. Like some don't pop out until they are 8 months, and some just and some like automatically like, oh, my body's pregnant, and whoop.
What I need is a good bout of food poisoning just to kind of like get me over the hump.
That's what I said.
You sound like the devil wears Prada.
I posted a video about that. I was like, where can I get some good food poisoning? And it's just me showing off my big old panza.
That would be Fred's Fish Fry. That's where you get. Oh no, sorry. I don't want to be sued. They sue people.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get sued.
Yeah, Chris Gonzalez making it a point. I call it effing cute. How much weight do you want to lose? I want to lose enough weight till I'm effing cute.
We make fun of Mike. We say that it's his hot girl summer because he wants to get his body in shape.
Yeah, Matt Lerma's in the house. I'm glad, dude. I'm proud of you, Matt. Dude, you're doing a fantastic job. You're all over TikTok, by the way. Apparently, my algorithm believes that I want to see Matt Lerma every 5 seconds because every time I'm on TikTok, there's Matt Lerma.
Well, you haven't seen what he's been doing. He's been blowing up on TikTok. He's growing his following, man. Good for him.
He has the the live streams out there. He does the Twitter Spaces, does an amazing job. I'm proud of you, Matt. Dude, you're doing a fantastic job. It is Friday. We don't give a damn today on Friday. Again, we do sports, pop culture, nostalgia. I was checking the scores of the Open. So it's weird because I know golf is golf and a lot of people get bored out of it, right?
Yeah.
Typically, I only care about the big events, the Masters, the PGA Championship. The Open's going on. I think that's in Scotland or something like that, right? Where they have tall grass. Anyway, it's so thick. A Ryobi, the electric cannot cut it, right? But I was looking this morning and I was like, I wonder how Tiger Woods is doing. Near dead last, shot 8 over today, 6 over yesterday, 14 over for the tournament. He is, I think, out of like over 100 golfers in like the 5th to worst score as of right now. Ooh, what's going on?
What's going on?
Echo.
Big echo there. What's going on?
Okay, so let's talk about that because Tiger Woods, obviously a phenom that came out in the 1990s, took the world by storm. Everybody loved Tiger Woods. I mean, dude, he was all over hip hop. Dude, he was the cool golfer, man. Tiger Woods, y'all. You hear all of that stuff.
I wonder why we're having that issue. Go ahead.
Okay. I thought that echo was just in my head, but apparently it's true. But I mean, I look at it and I think about it. I'm like, Tiger, just hang them up, dude. Not even a senior tour. Just hang them up. Be done with it. You're one of the all-time greats. You were supposed to be the GOAT. You started thinking with the wrong wood, right?
Oh, God.
3 woods, 5 woods, what you should be thinking with. He was thinking with his, I don't know what.
I'm telling you, the Illuminati gave him an option. It was like, we either kill you or you just start sucking at golf.
I know, man. Dude, think about that.
Die.
His career pretty much ended the moment Elin Nordegren, his ex-wife, found out that he was putting from the rough someplace else.
Man, you are on it with the golf.
Somebody said that he's not the same since the lady beamed him over the head with the golf
fixed the
club.
audio issue.
There you go. Hooper Flash coming out saying this is the DJ Mike remix. Remix.
So,
Mario Cavazos blaming Microsoft because apparently it's a worldwide blackout going on, the blue screen of death. But yeah, so Tiger Woods, man, I mean, he is basically my age. I guess I'm 47. I think Tiger's a couple years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is an all-time great, right? He was supposed to be the guy that beats Jack Nicklaus's all-time record for most.
You have to go to that screen.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little ADD today. No, he was supposed to be the one that was going to break the record for the most major wins.
Yeah,
ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
ain't gonna happen because again, he got caught with his pants down. Then he got hurt, got into car accidents. Just doesn't seem to be there. Now, dude, he was saying just before this tournament that the assassination attempt on Trump was in his head. He literally said that.
Jesus.
It's right there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
So, yeah. So, come on, just hang him up already, dude.
He's already old, dude.
He's
already old, man.
He's like, if it wasn't for that damn assassination.
I mean, what? How old is he now?
I'm looking that up right now. Tiger Woods
He's
right now.
At least 50-something years old. Man.
No,
he's got to go.
He is
gotta go.
48 years old.
Damn, but some mileage.
Is he painting all that hair?
But his body is like
Get him, bro.
75.
It looks rough, man.
So there's
yeah.
So
He looked like he just woke up.
Dude, that's 48.
Bro.
Okay, that's a year older than me. Okay, Chicana Fuerte. And they say that black don't crack.
I was just about to
But
say
my
that.
goodness, that cracked into a million pieces.
I mean, isn't he like Japanese too or something?
Yeah.
He's Kablan Asian is what he said.
Oh.
He's Caucasian, black, and Asian. But, you know,
and Chinese inside.
that was that Chappelle show skit of the racial draft.
Chappelle is what, 50? Isn't Chappelle 50? And Chappelle don't even look like that. Chappelle's like built and stuff.
Tiger Woods looks 85 years old. Tiger Woods looks older than Trump.
He's just looking rough.
Is that Obama?
Oh, man.
He's giving him the
Sith Elias coming out saying Woods is blaming everything but himself. He's going to blame the internet crash next.
Yeah.
I mean, his body gave out, dude. His body gave out. And a lot of golf fans out there are like, you know what? He's going to make that one last miracle comeback. But that happened at the 2019 Masters, man. It was the first win he had at a major in like 11 years. And that was the last hurrah. Kind of like Pop should have walked out the door in 2014.
Yeah.
Tiger should have just stopped playing at 28, not 2019. That should have been it.
This kind of reminds me of like when WWE wrestlers say they're going to retire and they're having their final match, and then they always come back like 2 years later, and it's like, oh, this is my final match. I'm coming out of retirement, kind of thing.
Yeah,
the
Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
the Rolling Stones out there with the final tour.
Yeah, it's like
case in point. What's the name of that wrestler from the Attitude Era back in the day? The Edge.
Yeah, Edge.
You remember him?
Edge.
He's still wrestling.
Ric Flair is synonymous for one more match.
Yeah, man.
Like, I'm like, dude, you're done.
You almost died, dude. For real, legit.
Does this tarnish legacies, though, by the way? Because Tiger Woods going to be known as the phenom who came out and just took the world by storm and one of the greatest athletes of all time? Or does the fact that he just sucks ass for the last 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years of his career tarnish what he once was?
I think he tarnished it. I mean, I don't follow sports too much, but like, you know, when you see somebody that's as recognizable as Tiger Woods, I mean, I just look at that picture now, and I know some like photos, you know, say 1,000 words, right? But I don't think you can take any wrong photo to make him just look like he's just tired, done, and drained. Like he's just trying to keep up, I guess.
That youthfulness is
Yeah.
not there.
I mean, he looks tired, man.
You know what? Give the guy a drink, man. You know, give him some chicks or something, man. It's kind of like I one time saw Stone Temple Pilots in concert, right?
Right.
I love STP, one of my favorite bands of all time. I say this all the time. They were the best concert I ever went to. They were the worst concert I ever went to because I one time saw Scott Weiland sober trying to perform.
Oh, God.
May he rest in peace, by the way. Okay, first of all, that alcohol and heroin did him good on stage, right?
Yeah.
But in life, no, he passed away. But Tiger Woods, when he was flying high, he was the most popular athlete in the world, arguably.
Mm-hmm.
He was somebody who brought so many people into the golf world. He was pop culture. I mean, he was a rock star, literally a rock star. I mean, this was like to the height level of like a Muhammad Ali, right? This was somebody that was known worldwide. And then he gets caught cheating on his wife. And that's not, I mean, they do that all the time, dude. I mean, I'm sure that Spurs cheats on their wives, right?
Oh, my God, Sith Elias.
I'm sure that happens. But let me ask you this question, though. Is it the fact that he got caught cheating and he got divorced? Or is it the fact that he got caught cheating with like 40 women? And that all 40 women were not like supermodels and all that. It was just like the waitress over here, the bartender.
He's going for quantity.
Over there, the sushi over there. He just needs to move to Marbach. He's a Cub, bro. He needs to come over.
I mean, he nailed everything with a hole, dude. I mean, that was the thing.
Well, if
Mike
your wife
is
ain't
on
giving it up, I'd probably do the same thing too.
Dude, are you sure she wasn't? She was a supermodel. She was a former nanny. She looked amazing. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I've never had a hot wife before.
And look at what Sith was saying. He says, "Poor Tiger out there looking like Tony the Tiger on Ozempic."
He's like, they're good.
Yeah, Matt Lerma said he'll always think of Tiger Woods in his prime. But that's the thing, though. You know, you want to. The fantasy life is you're going to go out on top. Famously, in 2003, David Robinson went out on top.
Yeah.
Right? Was it 03, 05? I think it was 03. Goes out on top, is a champion. The last image you see is of him holding up the championship trophy, right?
Yeah.
We see Tom Brady, who had his rings over in New England, went to go get one in Tampa Bay. Didn't leave on top, but at least had something still in the tank.
Yeah.
It absolutely sucks when you see a player, an athlete, a coach, anybody like that, a politician.
Yeah.
Just stay beyond what they should have stayed. It just sucks. I don't like seeing it.
I think it's part of a lot of it. I mean, because like it's for me, for example, like I'm on social media, and I think it's probably similar in a lot of ways. Is you're so used to that fame and the photos and being in the news cycle and all this stuff, and you're just addicted to that. And I think for him, that's probably what it is too. Is he needs that attention as well. I know people.
Yeah.
In San Antonio that did something a long time, one video, and they went viral, and they're like hanging on to that for dear life, you know. And it's just like, okay, just stop. You're done. Like,
You had your 5 minutes.
yeah, you're good. Do something else, you know.
Look at Mario Cavazos, man. He's saying that Joe Coronado looks like John Dyer's little brother.
That is true. Oh my God.
Who's John Dyer's
He's a
little
good
brother?
friend of the show.
Oh, you know what? Primos, man, they look like cousins.
I didn't see it until Mario said it. He kind of does look a little like John Dyer.
And John was nice enough to co-host with me a couple of weeks ago. But John Dyer is a very, very good friend, and he calls me a troll, man. He called me a troll yesterday because of my opinions of Caitlin Clark, right?
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, yeah, we're brothers.
Yeah, I showed him a photo.
We have the same smile.
So Joe, I was talking to James Pledger from San Antonio Sports. We were going back and forth on text.
Oh, you have another argument?
Yeah, we did. Okay, so I made fun of Caitlin Clark, who, by the way, was big timing now the WNBA. She refused to take part in the 3-point
It's
shootout.
not just her, though, Mike.
Yeah, Ionescu's also
Yeah.
out, right? But Ionescu's actually done it and won it before,
Yeah.
right? So, but Caitlin Clark, All-Star Weekend, you're already there. And she's like, no, I'm tired. Dude, you're already there. You're playing the
She
All-Star
don't
game
want
that
to,
weekend.
man. She don't want to.
I mean, do it for your sport. But here's the thing. So I was talking to going back and forth with Pledger yesterday, and Caitlin Clark the other day had a ton of assists, right? And she had a lot of turnovers as well.
Yeah.
And I was watching a YouTube video yesterday breaking down one of her games, and it says, here's a look at every assist she did and every turnover she did. And do you know what I realized? And I joked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
She can't dribble with her left hand. Like, she literally cannot. And it was so funny because they showed every assist and every turnover. Do you know how many times she dribbled the ball with her left hand? Like, actually, like, bounced the ball with her left hand?
How many times?
Twice. The entire night when it showed, like, the assist being made. Now, I'm sure, when she wasn't making an assist, she may have dribbled her left for a little while.
Yeah.
She dribbled once with her left and then switched it over to her right. Once with the left, switch over to her right. Dude, she's like Zoolander. She can't go left. Dude, she's gonna get exposed.
Oh, Mike hates on her so bad.
Why? I
She's
thought
a-
everybody loved Caitlin
I
Clark.
know she's gonna go down as one of the best athletes in WNBA history, and all he's gonna focus on is the negative aspects of her. Oh, she had the most turnovers in
Dude,
WNBA.
I don't know if
history.
you know this story about WNBA history, right? The most turnovers in WNBA history for a season is 137, right?
Yeah.
Who cares?
She broke that record already. She broke that record halfway through the season. She's on track for 225 on the year. 225 is what she's on track for. 137 is the all-time record for like the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And she's
She's
gonna be hoisting up that Rookie of the Year trophy.
She's gonna obliterate it. And that's the thing about Caitlin Clark. You watch her play, fantastic moves.
Yeah.
She has great passes sometimes, but she's a lazy passer half the time. She has no handles. It's the weirdest thing. Do you know what she is? And I someone mentioned it yesterday on our show. She's James Harden.
Mike, we
She's
need to see
James
your
Harden.
handles.
She's Russell Westbrook.
Let's see your handles again.
Dude, okay, I got handles with the ball and I got love handles right here.
Ah,
Which
that's what I
handles
was
do
gonna
you
say.
want?
I wanna see those.
Those are the handles that we're looking
Which
at.
ones do you
The
want?
love handle.
No, but it's just so funny. So Pledger and I were going back and forth. He hosts a show on San Antonio Sports Star, and I just gave him the Kendrick Lamar. Kate not like us. Kate not like us.
Look at Matt Lerma. He says, "Don't talk about my angel like that."
Oh
He's
no,
getting mad.
there's only one Angel. That's Angel Reese. Have you seen Angel Reese?
No, I have not.
Do you know who Angel Reese is?
No.
Angel Reese is the other star rookie in the WNBA. She played for LSU. LSU won the national championship against Caitlin Clark their junior year, right?
Okay.
And then their senior year, or the final year, Caitlin Clark lost to South Carolina. Angel Reese has, I guess you can say, some people think that she has supermodel looks or model looks. What do you? So here's Angel Reese real fast as I'm showing him.
Damn.
She's got some cake.
Yeah.
What is she, like 6'5"?
That's like gluten-free cake.
Imagine her walking up in 6'4", 6'5" with heels. What are your thoughts on that?
Jesus.
Can we call it?
I know what I'm
some
gonna-
Angel Reese.
You know what?
I know when I get home to my wife, I know what I'm closing my eyes to.
Oh, this is her walking out of the game, and then she turns to the left. Everyone's like, "What's going on here?" So yeah,
Jesus.
so Angel Reese, not as talented as Caitlin Clark.
There she is.
But very
Not-
pretty.
but very, very pretty. But that's the great thing about the WNBA is that now they've got talented players like Caitlin Clark, right? She's not an attractive woman, but she's fine. She's
Yeah.
decent.
Well, not
But-
in
but
set
now they-
eyes.
but now-
women
But
are
but now,
beautiful in some sort of way.
yes, she's fine. She's fine. But Angel Reese is fine.
Matt
But-
Lerma says she's hot. Damn, yo. And then Sith Elias says, yeah, she modeled after Sid the Sloth.
Yeah, that's the comment that her face looks like Sid the Sloth, but the rest of her pretty interesting. But and then you have
turn out the lights face.
then you have the fine women from Kelsey Plum, who former San Antonio Silver Star, who's now Las Vegas Aces. She's a big old honey. And then next year, You got Paige Beckers coming into the fray, and Paige Beckers is she's a hottie. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, she's a hottie. She's the blonde hottie. You know, and it's just one of those things where not only are the star players really good now, much better than they were before.
I bet they're all lesbians though.
No, these are straight women.
It's not all
really.
Not all, most of these are.
It's always the pretty ones.
The lipstick.
Yeah, the lipstick lesbians.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, not a lot. I mean, there's some that are, but most of them are straight here. So
Is Caitlyn straight?
Yeah.
Yes, she has a boyfriend.
Does it matter though?
Kelsey Plum, she's like one of the
I want
hottest
to. I
ones.
want to admire a straight woman.
And
What do I want to go after?
and,
Somebody
and,
that's a woman?
and here's Kelsey Plum.
Jesus Christ! What?
Yeah,
should
did
show
you-
Kelsey.
I
You
think
have-
the WNBA needs to like start, focusing on that aspect too. Maybe more people will watch.
They
women's-
have actually now.
Yeah.
Now you know how they show the men when they come in, right?
Yeah,
And they have the camera angles on them when they're all dressed up to the nines,
yeah.
and they slow the camera down. They've been doing that now in the
Yeah.
WNBA when
Like
the
the
women
Grand
come in.
Sweatpant roll slow down or
Yeah, they
And-
just slow the camera angle down.
Now they're showing up dressed to impress.
Yeah, like they're going down the
It's
catwalk.
like the Met the Met
Gala.
Met Ball Gala or whatever's going on.
Yeah,
It's a Met Life. That's insurance.
Or
The
isn't that
Met
a
Ball
stadium?
Gala. Yeah, in New Jersey. But it's funny because this isn't your dad's or your uncle's or grandfather's WNBA. It's different, and they're turning heads and they're getting ratings. And Caitlin Clark is a big part of
Look,
it, but she
Paige
can't
is gonna
dribble the
break
left.
Mike's heart when he realizes he's
Dude,
gay.
that doesn't break my heart at all, man. Good for her. More power to her.
Does the
Everybody
WNBA have male cheerleaders or is it female cheerleaders?
They don't even have any at all.
They need a hype
They
squad.
have nothing.
Yeah, they need a
They
high
have
squad.
Nothing.
So, what did y'all think of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders special
Oh,
that was on
My
Netflix?
wife has me watching this, man, and I'm
Oh,
like, "Why
my
are
wife
you
has
watching
me
this?"
watching this.
No, like she goes, "Sit
She's
down."
Just, she's just like, look at their
She's like,
hot
"Sit down and watch
bodies.
this
Just
with me," and
look
I'm
at
like,
them.
"Okay." So I sat down real quick, and I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna watch it with you." And I'm like, "This is a hot mess, man. Like, all these women are competing to get on the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader squad, and it's just such a hot mess. I couldn't stop watching it."
It's a hot mess, and then you realize that the Cowboys are worth billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars,
We could never win a damn game.
and they can't afford to pay their cheerleaders.
Oh, didn't you say it's like $50 a game or something?
Yes,
They get
and
paid
and
nothing,
if you've
man.
been there for a long time, it's like $100 a game, and basically, if you want to know why the San Antonio what was Silver Dancers
Yeah,
aren't there, it's because they didn't want to pay them.
no,
They didn't want to pay them, dude.
They didn't pay them at all. The reason they're not there is because they kept having affairs with the players.
Well,
bro.
they well, I mean, dude, I mean,
He's like,
Eric,
I know.
Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, married a cheerleader for the Heat,
Oh,
right? So, I mean,
Well, he got
goes-
rid of her though.
Wasn't
True.
Kobe's wife a cheerleader too for the Lakers?
No, I think he met her on Vanessa Bryant.
But that goes back to that saying I
I think
always
met
tell
her,
you.
met her on the set of a music video. I think is where it was. I could be wrong.
Spo had a hot wife, right? But what did I tell you? That saying is true. No matter how hot she is, somebody somewhere is tired of her shit.
That is brutal. not all breakups are from the guy's perspective, though, man. It sometimes works the other way. But no, it's funny because these professional organizations, for some reason, think that having cheerleaders should be free, or at least be like $50.
That's crazy.
Crazy. That is
And
crazy.
these women, I mean, go on these massive diets, work their ass off, work out, get the makeup done and all that stuff, and all that is entailed in and it's athletic,
lessons.
dance lessons, all that, and they get paid less than a substitute teacher.
jeez.
And they have to put up with a lot. Like they got to be there for practices. Basically, they have to live, breathe, and eat being a performer out there.
And that is not their job. Like
No.
their job, they
had a day job.
They have a day job. They work in offices.
Some
they
of them
work
are
as
nurses,
nurses, teachers,
working
stuff like
night
that.
shifts.
And then they go out and
Man.
they're making essentially $4 to $5 an hour
No,
being Dallas Cowboys. But you know what? You got that Dallas Cowboys cheerleader thing going on in your resume, as if that pays the bills at HEB.
Like nobody's gonna care
That it
about
pays the
that.
mortgage. It doesn't.
no.
And then that's why the Silver Dancers, why aren't they there? I bet you the Spurs are looking at it going, we need to hire these 20 women. F no.
Well, I can tell you
Hire
for
these
sure.
kids that just want to shoot video as influencers all
Hey,
day, and
That's what they should do.
that's what they're hype
Yeah.
squad. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I know one of them, and it's essentially what they do. I know they don't really get paid anything.
No.
Yeah.
Spurs don't pay anybody, dude. That's the thing with them. And you know the other reason that the Silver
Send
Dancers
them to
aren't here.
Austin.
Yeah, the other reason that the Silver Dancers
Fucking
aren't
Southern
here
Mets.
is that they were being over sexualized and they got complaints because of their outfits. I'm like, you're the guys that are in charge of their outfits. If you don't like the way they look, change the outfit.
Yeah.
You know, it's that simple. But no, they want to get rid of them. Now they have the hype squad. Everybody now says, I wish they had the Silver Dancers back.
Yeah, and the hype squad. Don't be wrong. I mean, do they?
Come
really,
on, Mike. Tell me how you really feel.
Do they really get you hype?
Do they?
Do they? I mean,
No, it feels like a corny ass Disney Channel segment of dancers.
Oh, man.
High School Musical.
Yeah, that's what it feels
Rejects.
like to me. They're like overly excited and happy. And I'm like, you're not that happy.
Have you seen them, though? Have you gone to
have.
the game? And they're like, come on, and they're trying to get everybody hyped.
I follow one of them, and she's great. She's a great
Yeah.
girl. But I've seen like what the stuff they do, and it's just so cringe. I'm just like, and it,
Does anybody get hyped? They just stay quiet, dude.
yeah, nobody gets hyped.
No.
Like, you just like, you ever been to SeaWorld?
Yeah.
And like the characters are just out there trying to hype you up. Like that's what it feels like. They're like it just feels like one of those.
Mike can't get hyped up by one of the Sesame Street characters out there.
Oh, dude, I go to the
Elmo, don't do it.
dude. No, dude. So they have Sesame Street is partners up with is with SeaWorld, right? they partner with SeaWorld. Dude, I tell you what, they bring out all the Sesame Street characters. I have a special needs son. So, you know, he's 22 years old, but he has the mentality of a 4 or 5-year-old.
Yeah.
He loves Sesame Street, right? So we go out to SeaWorld and they have the Sesame Street street dance party there.
Yeah.
Where they bring the characters out and all that stuff. Okay, first of all, more often than not, it's always Elmo. Elmo's always there. Cookie Monster's always there. And then like Abby Gadabby or whatever is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But every once in a while, maybe 1 out of 5 or 6 visits, and I go every other week with my kid. Every once in a while, they bring out the count, and I lose my mind, dude. And then if I see Ernie, oh my God,
Ernie, come on, Mike.
If they bring out Telly, I lose my
Rubber
damn mind.
Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun.
Now you just made
That's
it
what
creepy.
you look like,
Yeah,
a
we
live
just-
action
We
Ernie.
lost subscribers.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks.
I love Telly so much when they brought him out on
Oh,
one
really?
of the I nearly cried because I like that was my guy growing up. I was like, oh, he's the ugly one, and that's how I felt. So,
Have we figured out what Snuffleupagus was all about? I mean,
he's
like,
a big ass torta, is what he is.
Yeah.
real
He
fast.
had to be
I'm gonna show you
Mexicano,
this
dude.
photo here real fast. This
Oh
is
Jesus!
Share with the class. Oh Lord.
so
You won't show
so
that.
you know what?
Yeah,
Let-
we
That
show
is,
that.
sir. That is
This-
questionable.
this is-
content.
This is me
No.
being Rubber Ducky with Ernie back in the day.
Oh,
I've never
no,
done
Mike.
this. Let's see.
We're gonna-
Demon Mike.
Someone narrate
let's
this.
cut to our sponsor.
Oh Lord. You know what? You're gonna just give people fuel for you because you know what? They're gonna wind up putting
I'm
your
great.
face
I'm great
on
with
there.
kids. Babysitter for hire.
God,
Lord.
man.
Rubber Ducky.
Swiss, you're gonna be on Twitter later on. Swiss is gonna Photoshop your face on that. Hope you know that. We have our listeners that Photoshop Mike and everything. And one of our favorites is our guy named Swiss. He's
Yeah.
quick with it,
All right,
man.
Swiss, get this.
No,
face.
I've never posted that one online before.
You
know.
should, man.
I never have.
They'd have fun with
Dude,
it.
I mean, come on. Hot Mike Summers.
Oh,
what
you
that
know
is.
Jeff would get that and say,
So
cook.
I took that photo probably about 10 years ago over at Sesame Place. So
Mhm.
there's a Sesame Street.
area.
Well, actually, it's an actual theme park
Oh,
that SeaWorld has that has Sesame Street. And they have one in San Diego and they have one.
well, the one here, right?
Well,
Or
no,
is it-
this one over here is just SeaWorld, but they have a little area that's Sesame Street. This was a Sesame Street park. Like the entire park
Oh, damn.
is
Okay.
Sesame Street.
Look at this comment right here. This is for you, Joe. Fiesta Sucia gets me more hype than the Spurs hype squad.
Hey, I saw another one that said that we
Go
get
ahead.
more hype for the dot race. I mean,
Dude, the
Hey.
dot race is
the
amazing.
dot race does get me pretty hyped.
You know,
Dude,
you know how
if-
bad it's gotten with the dot race? They used to have it like in maybe the second quarter. Now they wait to do that at like at the third or the fourth quarter.
Dude, if we went to Vegas and they had a dot race on the screen and you had like 3, maybe make it 5 dots, and you just sat there and watched the dot races, I would be there all day long sipping on Jack and Coke the entire time betting on the dots.
The green dot always wins
Green
at the
dot.
Spurs
It's
games,
the
man.
green dot.
I have a way of knowing who's gonna win. but I'm
Huh.
not going to tell you guys because that's how I win a bet against Rick.
Oh,
That's the
Does
only
it
thing.
rev its engine a certain way?
Something like that. But I'm just like, okay, I
she'll tell me. She won't tell you guys.
yeah, I'll just tell Joe. But
I don't even know what y'all are talking about. But
And-
It's a little dot race. So
Rick always goes for red, and then sometimes I'm like, well, I have to go for red because red is going to win this time.
yeah. So at the Spurs games, they have these little cars, right? They're like little toy cars, race cars, and it's sponsored by Valero. And they have a red dot, a blue dot, and a green dot, and they're on a little racetrack. You know, like one of those little racetracks for the
Yeah.
cars that we used to play with when we were kids. And everybody gets hyped up for that. Oh, is it going to be red? Is it going to be green? You don't win nothing but bragging rights.
yeah,
And everybody's always excited when they see the dot races. They even have like a section on the X now that's dedicated to just posting who won the dot races.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy,
I'm
man.
about it. I win all the time.
I gotta check out these dot races online.
Yeah, but one of the things that we got to get into, Mike, we're going to go ahead and give some love to our boy, Jeff Garcia of Locked On Spurs. We got to start talking about Joe and what he's doing right now with the Rock Fest. That's a great event that's going to be happening August the 3rd and the 4th.
Let's
So,
give Jeff Garcia some love.
yeah, let me go ahead and pull up Jeff's information here. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has
Oh, cool. We're gonna be on
plethora of
Ken's
guests
tomorrow.
all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/at Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
That's right. Your daily Spurs content from Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Kens5.com. He has a new article today, by the way, about Blake Wesley and what Blake Wesley's doing this summer to improve his game and various camps that he's a part of. Blake Wesley might be the odd man out this year when it comes to the Spurs because the Spurs got Chris Paul III coming on in, and they drafted Stephon Castle. Trey Jones was already there. Blake Wesley might be the guy looking around going, what happened to my job? What happened to my job? Because he's going to be the last point guard to sniff the court this year.
And there it is. We're showing it right now.
Yeah. And Blake Wesley, they got him in the draft, first round of the draft a couple of years ago, right? And the thing about it is this. He came out of the gates looking really solid. Like it was a good pickup. But then he got hurt. And he missed like the rest of the year for the most part. Comes back, looks okay, gets hurt. And I don't want to say that he's damaged goods because I think it's a fluke thing when it comes to Blake Wesley. But I feel bad for the guy. But it ain't it, man. There's no future here for him in San Antonio. But again, if you want to know more about Blake Wesley, Jeff Garcia, Ken's 5, Locked On Spurs. Again, I'm oftentimes a guest. Joe is oftentimes a guest. Hey, we're talking about the Cowboys real fast. I want to get to the Cowboys before we get to Chocolate Academy and what Joe's got going on. Camp's going to start pretty soon. Yeah. I know the rookies have already reported, and Dak Prescott still doesn't have a contract. CeeDee Lamb still doesn't have a contract.
Nah, then Dak is probably not going to even wind up getting a contract extension till later on in the season. The one that I'm worried about is CeeDee Lamb. If they don't extend him, he ain't showing up.
But my question is this: why would Dak sign an extension mid-season? Because at that point, he could be an unrestricted free agent, unrestricted, and I don't know the rules or the legalities, whether or not they can, slap a franchise tag on him.
They can't.
I don't think he can.
They can't.
He has the most player-friendly contract of all time. There's no trade clause in there. There's, all of these different things. I don't think they can franchise tag him. So he might walk for nothing.
They could walk for nothing, or the Spurs. The Cowboys could decide to go ahead and extend him. Now, if they go ahead and extend him, the longer the wait, the more expensive it's going to be.
Well, right. And that's because we saw Trevor Lawrence get his extension this year, and this guy is going to get 60. He ain't going to get 59.5.
Is he worth 60?
The way that the market is saying, the answer is yes.
But is he worth 60?
But I mean,
I don't care. Damn the market. Is he worth 60?
Well, see, but you have to care about the market, because if you don't care about the market on the quarterback position, which is the most important position in all of football, then why would they care about the running back market? Why would they care about the wide receiver market? And we see this. We talk about the Spurs not getting a lot of free agents coming over here. Have you noticed And we're a small market team, and we can use that as an excuse. And I think it's a legit excuse. But the Dallas Cowboys are the marquee franchise in all of the NFL. Even though they haven't been to do the last time the Cowboys were in the Super Bowl, the number one song,
VHS tapes, man.
the number one song, this is true, was the number one song in America, Billboard charts, was One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men.
Jeez.
That's how long.
Old, man.
That was the last time they were even in the conference finals.
You're talking about the
That's
90s,
how
dude.
long it's
Yeah.
been, right?
Before the DVD.
I know that song. I know that song.
I mean, Mariah Carey still looking good years later. But here's the thing. Marquee franchise, right? What free agents go to the Cowboys of any substance or significance? No one. Could it be that maybe, just maybe, players don't want to play for the Cowboys?
No, the players, I think, wouldn't mind coming here. The problem is the Cowboys just don't have that winning culture. You know, it's a circus when you come over here. Look at what happened. Like, for example, they were talking about the Houston Texans, right? And what did we hear from one of the players that is a new Houston Texan?
Oh, that was Dalton Schultz.
He's like, wow, they actually talk football here.
Yeah, he was saying,
you know?
Yeah, Dalton Schultz was interviewed earlier this year, and he was basically saying that when he went to the Houston Texans, they asked him the question, what's it like playing for the Texans compared to the Cowboys? And he goes, well, over here, we talk business.
We just got a $2 super chat from the Drew Show. Thanks for sharing, man. We appreciate you,
Drew
Drew.
Show saying,
Making it ring.
boys fans need to be all in on letting Dak walk, and that would damage the Cowboys next year because the Cowboys would have dead cap space of, I don't know, $40 million, which means that there's less money for them to spend. The Cowboys are just cheap.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. They're cheap. They throw an offer out at a player who's a free agent, and they try to lowball all the time. And very much like the Cowboy cheerleaders, where they're like, yeah, we're going to pay you dick, but we're going to be like, hey, you at least have the prestige of being a Cowboy cheerleader. Yeah. They're doing that on the field. They're like, we're going to lowball you an offer, but you can wear a star on your helmet, and you know what that does for your brand. And they try to do that crap. And what ends up happening is that no one goes there. No one goes there. What free agents do they have of any significance? No one goes there. And it's been like 15, 20 years. And then they say, well, we're going to pay on past performance. And then when it comes time to pay, they're looking around their wallets looking in their pockets, and they don't dig into their pockets.
I forgot my wallet.
They go to the restroom when they know the bill's going to be coming out. You know?
Right, Joe? That's what we do, right? Ay, chinga, I forgot my wallet. Wait.
Sith Elias reaches out and says, so Cowboys cheerleaders get paid dick? Sign me up.
See, they pay attention to what you're saying, Mike.
Don't you call him your son too?
Yeah, he's my son, mijo. Settle down, mijo.
Makes sense.
As my friends like to say, pat that shit down.
Mike let that slip, he said.
But it's just so funny, man. The Cowboys sit there going, well, they win enough games to make the playoffs. They sell a crap ton of T-shirts, and that's all Jerry Jones cares about, man.
Yeah,
he just cares about T-shirt sales. And it's
look at what Midtown Texas is. It is funny to me because we were talking about the Hype Squad a while back, right? So he's just catching up, and he says, Hype Squad spilled my beer in the concourse once. But the Silver Dancers never did that.
Quit doing your backflips. And they always got that one guy who's like my size, a little big chubby dude who can do flips and crap, you know.
Have you seen those videos of those big guys from Houston that they get down, dude? They like do flips and everything. Dang. I was like, damn, man.
Like, he's too big.
Dude, one of my favorite things to watch online is besides like on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram of kids getting hurt.
Uh-huh.
But it's a trampoline fails. Have you seen the trampoline fails?
No, but now
you know those like Urban Air and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it shows people getting hurt at Urban Air, and it's always like a fat dude who jumps to the top and like the knees buckle. Oh my god, dude!
Mike, do we need to go to Urban Air?
Yes.
Do we need to record you?
Please do. Please do. Yes. I mean, you know, like I said, you know, I'm trying to work on getting F and Q. I've been working on
the
a lot.
obstacle course at Urban Air. They have that little obstacle course that you have to do.
Yeah,
you go over the rubber bricks or whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I did the mud run. I was invited to do the mud run, which is in a couple of months. That is pretty fun.
You haven't done the Spartan races? I want to see you do that.
I did do the Spartan one.
I want to see that.
I did that one and did pretty good on it, actually. This is about 4 or 5 years ago.
You had the highest scores, right?
Mike.
Dude, the monkey bars. The monkey bars, I made my way through about 3/4 of the monkey bars.
Come on,
everyone was all slipping on the first one, and I'm all there going,
video or it didn't happen, brother.
Right.
Video or it didn't happen.
We have a super chat, $5 from the Drew Show. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate it. Coming in saying, Mike, what free agents were signed by Kansas City the last 7 years? Mike, the NFL in the MLB and Mike, the NFL in the MLB or NBA, all cap Mike, all cap all the time. Okay, so here's the thing about Kansas City. Kansas City is an interesting point because they've built through the draft through Mahomes. Mm-hmm. They built through the draft through Travis Kelce. And they have pulled off trades. It's not so much free agents. They have pulled off trades because they traded Tyreek Hill famously and got draft capital in return. They do trades to get their players in along with what they do in the draft. What I like about Kansas City, and I'm glad that you brought up Kansas City compared to the Dallas Cowboys. Kansas City goes and gets their guy. When it came to Patrick Mahomes, do you know who wanted to get Patrick Mahomes? The New Orleans Saints.
They didn't do it.
The Saints were sitting there waiting. One more spot. What does Kansas City do? They pull the trade that they need to pull to move up 3 spots to get their guy, Patrick Mahomes. What did they do this year? They need a wide receiver, right? Because, one of their wide receivers gets in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
All that stuff, right? They need a wide receiver. Xavier Worthy's right there. Ran a 4.2240, one of the fastest times of all time at the Combine. That is their guy. They want that guy. Xavier Worthy, good wide receiver. UT Austin. Did they sit there at 31 going, we're going to wait for this guy to fall to us? No, they traded like a 4th-round draft pick to move 3 spots up to 28 to get their guy.
Cowboys are like the Spurs, dude. They don't really do any moves.
The Cowboys are like, we're just going to sit back and we're going to move back and get the best of what's left. We're going to get a bunch of draft capital and hope these 3rd and 4th rounders are going to help us win championships when it's the 1st and 2nd rounders that get championships. Dude, Jerry Jones sucks, dude. And people are like, we're going to be better when Jerry Jones dies. Well, no, you're not. His son's in charge. Who did Stephen Jones learn from?
Look at breaking news right now. Houston Texans, they have player media availability today. So
nice.
They're showcasing their players. They're out there talking with the media. I wonder if the Cowboys are going to be doing something.
The Texans are so good this year, man.
I mean,
their schedule this year sucks, though, man. It's so difficult.
They're my Sancha team, man. They're not in the same conference, so I can go and do the lateral.
Now, who do you cheer for in football?
This is the part where I have to say I hated that I was raised by women because I know nothing of what y'all are talking about.
Sports.
Okay, so we have this thing called
the Dallas Cowboys.
We have this thing called the Sancha team, which is you have your favorite team.
Okay.
And then you got your side piece team.
Yeah.
The side piece team is like a team that you're also going to cheer for, just not as much. But the second that your team gets knocked out of the playoffs, you take off that one shirt and put on the other one.
Team.
The Brahmas, because it's wrestling.
Oh.
You know what? The closest I've gotten to do anything with sports is I got invited to a Brahmas game, and I was like, no,
it's not for you.
It's definitely not for me.
So
I know enough about football not to
you see
go
all
to
the
that.
crazy fans all dressed up. You're like,
I know the mariachi, and I'm just kind of like, I love what he does, but everything else, I'm like, what? It's like old Facebook people just. I don't know what. No, thank you.
My favorite thing about the Brahmas this year was going to Fiesta. They're going to the carnival, and they're like, I'm in the parking lot. They're like, football, carnival. And I was like, carnival. And it was just so weird. They're like, you can't tailgate here. I'm like, why can't I tailgate here?
The Brahmas thing is so bizarre because they had actually told me that they wanted me to be on their float during Fiesta.
Really?
Yeah. And so they told me I was going to be the only creator on that float. And then I decided not to go because I said, man, I don't know anything about football. I'm going to look stupid. Well, when they show the damn float on TV and they're like the last ones, there were all of these creators that were on that float. And I'm all like,
mentirosos.
They lied to me. They lied to me. And I was like, I don't. And then something about yellow and black just does not.
Can you imagine, Joe, if you would have gotten on there? You would have been like that one guy that they show the meme of. You lied to me with the tear.
Dude, you know what? It was just one of those moments where I was like, this is so cringe. Like because I've seen photos and videos of people like at Brahmas games, and I was like, I can't get into that. I would rather be a Dallas Cowgirls cheerleader.
You know what? Maybe what we need to do with you is take you over to a UTSA tailgate, because this is what you can get down with, even though you're not a fan. There's free food and booze.
And I bring the fireball.
Oh, dude, stay away from the fireball, man. Fireball's
$10 super chat.
And Drew, he's just throwing money at us today. Thank you, man.
Drew saying you just poo letting Dak walk because of 1 year of some cap hit. You gaslit it about Caitlin Clark's turnovers, yet her turnover ratio is the same as Wemby. Mike all cap all the time. Hot take farmer. Here's the thing. as I told Pledger yesterday, it's not that you're high in turnovers. It is being record breaking in turnovers. Yeah. When the all-time record for the WNBA history was 137 in a season, and you're gonna be on track for 225, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah,
she ain't gonna get 19 assists every game. She averages 8 for a reason, because she gets 8. There's gonna be some games where she gets 19, some games where she gets 5. You average 8. You are what you are. And she's a turnover machine. And for them who are like, well, Wemby turns the ball over a lot. Wake me up when Wemby breaks the record for most turnovers in a season.
If I see one more damn Wemby Llama fucking mural in San Antonio or naming a taco after him, I'm gonna move.
Let me ask you a question here, because we were talking about this, and you know about Spurs and the murals and whatnot. Well, we're of a certain age, Joe. So back in our day, when you got a Spurs mural erected in your honor, it was because you were a Spurs elite player, right?
Yeah.
It was because you did something great in order for you to get that honor. Now, everyone gets a freaking mural. It doesn't even matter. Chris Paul got a mural. He hasn't played one game.
I got a mural.
You do?
Did you?
Yeah. No, but I posted it like once about it. And people go and visit it once in a while.
Dominic Barlow
Where
got a
is it?
mural.
It's at El Chunky. It's on the side.
Really?
We got to go take photos.
It's massive. A friend of mine was like,
photos.
dude, you need a mural. You deserve a mural for what you do. And I'm like, what do I do?
We need to take your picture next to the mural.
I want to put a mural up of Rick.
Oh my God!
Instead, all she has is that serial killer thing going on, where it's like a bunch of photos, a collage of photos on a big old mirror.
Which is going to be that girl? Was it from Wedding Crashers? Remember?
Yeah.
I'll find you.
So we were celebrating the fact that we have 1,000 subscribers. We're gonna have a little bit of a party for that, but you are going to be coming up close on 250,000 followers.
Wow, dude!
250,000 on Instagram. What are you going to do to celebrate that? And did you celebrate any of the other milestones along the way?
No, I even with TikTok, I'm almost at 500,000, and I don't know. I guess like I've been doing it for so long, the numbers aren't. It's not as fun as it used to be. I guess I don't know. For you guys, y'all are growing, so it's like exciting. Like, oh, we got 1K, 10K, 20K, 30K. And then you're like, who gives a damn? Like now you start worrying about like, why is my engagement low? And I need this. Like that becomes more important over
You're
the
looking
number.
at your analytics.
And your analytics start to become more important because the number at the end of it, there people will be like, yeah, you have 250,000 followers, but you only got like 6 comments on a video.
Oh,
so it's like,
on.
I will tell you this. I warn
haters.
You. No. You just, as you grow, your perception is going to change of what's important on social media. You'll start getting very analytical as you grow. Because now you're like, oh my God, I don't care about this number. This needs to match what's up here.
Because that's what we're doing. Even though we've just, passed the 1K, one of the things that I look at is engagement.
Yeah,
that's
engagement,
big.
super. I would tell you with the insights that I have on TikTok and Instagram with my buddies that work at both of those companies, engagement is super important. That's why I always tell everybody, like, create a community.
Yeah.
Because you may not be able to share all the time, but your community will be your marketing team.
Yeah.
They'll share the hell out of you. I mean, you guys are doing great for 1,000. You have the people that you have in here. You got good engagement. That's good. Not a lot of people can say that they have people even giving you a super chat at 1,000 subscribers or even engaging with you, typing, leaving comments. Doesn't matter if it's 5 or 10 people.
Yeah.
Like that, you got that going for you guys. I know people that have like 1 million followers or 1 million subs, and they got probably like 2 people in their live chats.
Wow.
So it's like, it's you'll see.
Yeah. Last month, our stats were our average view was 26 minutes. Which
That's
for
good.
a YouTube channel was
that is really good. I'm over here averaging 3 minutes. So I'm like, at some point, I just get boring.
Well, we have a lot to talk about. Like, and a lot of things that Mike talks about too is we had a good increase in numbers when he started having Pledger on. Because his good friend, him and Pledger, they go at it, and Pledger will come out and he'll cook Mike. It's like a roast, the roast of Mike.
Sales.
Yeah,
and it's good for business.
He's not. It's like politics. He's not going to let facts get in the way of a good argument or a good rant, right? But I love Pledge. But it's funny. I don't mind going back and forth. I don't mind being roasted from time to time or on the daily. But the fact that how successful you've been in getting the engagement and getting the followers and subscribers and all of that stuff, it's amazing because not everybody is able to do that and be able to monetize that and things like that. But what's the next step? What's the next evolution for Chancla Academy?
Yeah, I mean, then the next step for Chancla Academy is, so I mean, like you said, there are a lot of people, a lot of great creators out there that have tons and tons of followers, right? But none of them are really opening their eyes to like, hey, we're technically a trend. We might fizzle out. We might become irrelevant. So I'm starting to turn my platform into a business is what I've been doing. And so I'm hosting like festivals and consulting and doing all these other little things, really using my platform for good so that, I can continue to grow as a business, as a creator, teach other people to do what I do and make some money from it at the same time.
And the next festival's when?
So we have Chancla Academy Rock Festival, which is August 3rd and the 4th. It's a free event. It's open to the public. It's family and pet friendly as well. We encourage everybody to come out. What we're really hoping from this festival is to get a lot of people from the lower income areas and everybody just in general to come out and get inspired by the music scene that we have in San Antonio, get inspired by some of the small businesses that are there. We want people to leave from there feeling creative. So there might be that teenager that didn't have $15 to pay for the last festival that was going on, and he just needed that boost to start a band or be a music producer or do sound, whatever it is. We want to. So our goal for next year for Rockfest is to start really incorporating more of the youth. So instead of having like adult vendors, we want to start finding youth vendors. We had this girl that made an amazing skateboard. It looks like a chancla.
Wow,
amazing artist, super smart kid, and I'm like, that makes me want to do what I'm doing even more because it's like, dude,
showcase what you have.
Teach them about how to run a business, credit, everything, so that they can learn. All the adults, I deal with them.
We have a lot of creative people here in San Antonio, a lot of artists, a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
People always creating it. The thing that people don't understand when you go and you see somebody performing or you're seeing artwork, it inspires you.
Yeah.
It gets you, like if you're having a bad day or you're just, in a funk or something, you go out there and you see what the city has to offer you and you come across good artwork. You can even come across the lowrider community having a gathering and you're just looking at all these beautiful cars and the artwork on them or listening to music, seeing where the scene takes you and you feel inspired. Like you're not sad, you're not negative anymore.
Yeah.
It inspires you to do
Last
great
year
things.
we had a group of autistic kids come out.
Yeah.
And some of them had some sensory issues, but they had their first ever little like mosh pit at Rockfest.
That's cool.
And that was the beauty of it. It's still a rock and roll show, right? What you're getting yourself into, but at the same time, if we can get people to embrace and invest their time into our music scene, that's also a network opportunity for these bands.
Oh, yeah,
last year was amazing because what ended up happening from that was Boeing Techport saw the event and they said, how can we help with the local scene? So we gave 6 bands an opportunity to play inside the arena, which they probably would never do.
Wow,
that's awesome.
And they did it again this past year. So they've done it twice already, 2 years in a row. It's at Fiesta de los Niños. That's a family-friendly event. But still, it's something that they get their name in the lights outside.
Exposure.
And it's a great exposure. So we want to continue to have that ripple effect in San Antonio.
And you're showcasing a lot of the local bands.
Yeah, so some are, a lot of them are from San Antonio, and some of them, Chancla Academy Rockfest has reached as far as, Austin and Houston and Dallas. So we have some bands from Dallas, Houston. We're even going to do a little bit of South Texas. So the way we want to grow is we want to start going a little more regionally to give more local bands opportunities. And the future for the festival is we want at least 60% of our bands on that festival to be like 20 and under. We really want to find these kids, really give them the opportunities. It's cool if you're 30 and you're in a band, but we're past our prime. We're not gonna. I mean, you could make it.
We're not gonna be crowd surfing.
One of our listeners is coming in hot, asking the question. The Mario Cavazos with his $1.09 super chat. Appreciate that. He also asked the question: are the Cumbia Kings in the Rockfest lineup?
Yeah, we reached out to AB Quintanilla. Fiesta didn't want to hire. He's our special guest, surprise lineup guest. He's gonna play his new song called Trauma.
Yeah,
and I used to have cancer. And
who made more of an ass performing this year?
They said he saw my video.
Really?
A lot of people reached out to me and said that he saw the video because I was the first one
Yeah.
to like
Make
dog on
fun of
him,
him.
yeah, for his
Yeah.
apology video. That he saw my video because it had blown up. It got almost 1 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he took his video down because he saw mine.
Yes, that's awesome.
So I was like, good.
Hey,
Nobody
if
was buying
anybody
it.
needed to shut him up, it's
Yeah.
Mr. Chocolate himself.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was just like, dude, shut up. Your demographics the same age as you, bro.
Yeah. You're the voice of the people. Everybody was
Yeah.
thinking what you were saying.
Yeah.
You know?
So it
Get
was
up. He's like, get up.
there's some people that are just so oblivious to the world. They're like, wait, he's 60. I was like, yeah, he's not. I mean, damn, those Photoshop photos he's doing.
It's
Them,
because Selena Quintanilla will forever be 23.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Did I tell you what happened? I don't know if you heard this story, but this was about 2 months ago. I'm at a restaurant on Petranco Road
Uh-huh.
outside of 1604. And a friend of mine is sending me memes of Yolanda Saldivar.
God.
Okay. just a bunch of memes.
You would have
And
a friend to do
and
that.
I don't know why I'm laughing so hard, but it was a lot of, I don't know what was going on that day. But we're going back and forth, and I'm just laughing and laughing and laughing. I'm sitting down with my son. My son's eating. I'm waiting for him to finish, and I'm just laughing and laughing and laughing. My waitress comes out
Mhm.
and says, "I'll be with you in 1 second, sir. I got to go say hi to the person next to you." Distance between me and Steph right here, like 5 feet. And she goes and says, "It's so nice to meet you, whatever. Dude, it was Selena's ex widow,
Chris?
Chris Bettis.
Yeah.
Dude, I was laughing at Yolanda Saldivar memes, not realizing that he was having dinner at the table right next to me.
Oh my god.
God.
And I felt
bro.
so bad, man. He got up and said hi to everybody. And they were asking, "What are you doing in the restaurant?" He goes, "I live in the neighborhood now."
And I'm here to eat.
Yeah. He goes, I moved into a house in the neighborhood right here. And I'm like, "Oh, well, we live pretty close to each other." So anyway, yeah. So I felt bad because I was just there laughing and laughing. And it's just like one of those things where it's like, it's Yolanda Saldivar meme. Those are funny.
Did you see the meme? Where's that one meme where she's it's where she says she's like, I'll find the money or I'll do
Yeah.
I don't know
whatever."
where the money
Yeah.
went, but I'll find out.
Yeah, they did the one with AB. Like, I don't know why AB's crying, but I'll find out.
All weekend long about the Trump assassination attempt. I would have gotten him.
Oh, God, man.
Could you
I would have
imagine?
missed.
Could you imagine if the left was that smart to find a Yolanda Saldivar meme and just go with that? My favorite one is the one of Hillary. She's like walking into a house and she looks all lost in space. They're like, "What do you mean he missed?" Like, I was like, "Oh my god."
God, the internet's undefeated, man. They're quick with that stuff. Dude.
Yeah, that's why I love the internet so much. I tell people all the time, they're like, "I want to be a creator. I want to do this," and I was like, "You're gonna deal with more hate than you are gonna deal with positivity."
Mhm.
But I've become so numb to it all. Like I piss people off on purpose. There was my essay did an article saying that people were complaining that San Antonio was boring, and I said, "Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do." And I made a video saying how boring San Antonio was.
Yeah.
I was like, "We don't got anything unique." I was like, "Name 3 unique things," and then everybody was just like, "Well, there's the zoo," and I was like, "That's not unique." Like
Kayaking on the Riverwalk.
that's unique.
Well, let's talk about the city of San Antonio possibly being boring because
Oh,
News 4 San
gosh.
Antonio had an article that they released earlier today, and it says on Twitter, "What do you think? A recent study shows that San Antonio is one of the worst cities in the country for quality of life. Of the 500 cities compared, San Antonio ranked number 436." Okay, so here's the criteria for it all. Part of it's weather, whether or not you can get food, whether
Mhm.
people are hungry,
Yeah.
job opportunities, pollen, exercise, the health of the community.
Yeah.
And I was kind of offended at first until I was like, well, I mean, if you're gonna excited on that, I mean,
I can agree with most of that stuff though, because a lot of it too, and I will say part of why if people say our city's the worst, me after being around politicians for a little bit so
Yeah.
far, they don't give a damn. Like
Mhm.
they don't care about the quality of life of those people outside of that. There's a lot of opportunities that are being missed over. We do have a lack of creativity when it comes to creating small businesses in San Antonio. If I see one more chamoy business saying that their chamoy is different, or we make snack packs
The
and all
fruteria.
you're doing is putting it in a Subway crate and saying, this is what we make. That's just what it is. And I think we're lacking that. We need to inspire our people more to come up with better ideas. Because, man, when I did Rockfest and the vendors showed up, I had like maybe almost 100 chamoy vendors
Wow.
Oh, my
reach out,
God.
and I'm
Yeah.
just like, we're only having one chamoy vendor,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
it. But yeah, no, I mean, and then the quality of being on the west side. Like speaking of that, if I can touch on this, because shout out to Jose Arredondo who comes from the west side. He just recently did a story about how the courts. I grew up in the courts, Casiano courts, and he was talking about how a lot of them don't have heating and AC, and just the repairs. It's bad. They only got
disarray.
Apparently, for the first time, the city put in $1 million into the community, and I'm like, that's not even enough. And so I'm hoping to use my platform to be able to help them out. I want to find a way to raise money for them and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think we rank there for a reason, and it's not because of our people in general. It's because of our damn government here.
Well,
it sucks.
The company or the organization that did the studies named Lawn Starter,
Mm-hmm.
and they basically said San Antonio has low physical health, leisure time,
We have the best food. That's
job
what it is.
security, employment protection, bottom 20 percentile in health and wellness, family stability, like divorces and stuff like that, economic stability, healthcare access, air quality, water quality, and the number one city, by the way, it's not a city. They have all these little towns. It's like Newton, Massachusetts. We got to go check them out. Redmond, Virginia is also on that list. Now, I was looking to see what is in Texas. Only 5 areas in Texas made the top 100. All 5 are Dallas suburbs. So
Wow.
like Frisco, McKinney, Denton. Those
Dallas
types of
is
areas.
so dirty though.
Dirty Dallas. I mean, they don't even pay their cheerleaders.
Well, no.
Exactly.
Arlington is also one of the ones on the list, but Dallas. I mean, no one lives in Dallas. It's kind of like Houston. No one lives in Houston. You live in Conroe. You live in the Woodlands. You live in Katy. You live someplace else. So Dallas might be dirty, but all around it, the McKinneys and the Friscos and the Denton and the Fort Worth is really nice. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a brain drain going on, and San Antonio's become a victim of it. So the brain drain kind of goes like this. If you are like somebody who's really bright, has a really good future, and you are in Laredo, you're in Corpus, you make your way to San Antonio. But San Antonio, so we siphon off talent from the Valley.
Yeah.
But Houston and Dallas and Austin siphon off talent and education and the smart, talented people here from us.
Yeah.
And then, New York robs Dallas. So it's just one of those things where there's a brain drain going on, and I think it's becoming more and more prevalent over the years.
Yeah, we got something here that I want to talk with you about, because we got a lot of flack, right? Earlier in the season, or earlier this year, should I say, because the hot topic was, hey, they're going to go ahead and demolish the Institute of Texas Culture.
Right.
It was rumored that the Spurs are going to build a new arena there, which makes sense. You want everything near downtown. Makes a lot of sense.
Right.
And Mike had brought up the topic of discussion, saying that San Antonio is a poor city.
Oh, and yeah, and then the Current ran an article about my comments.
Well, hey, SA Current, if you actually legitimately wrote good articles, I mean,
I don't mind the Current. The Current's fine. It's free content, man.
Yeah, no, we are a poor city, but it's not because the lack of funds or anything like that. It's just we're not, like I said, it goes back to like small businesses and other stuff. We're not investing, into the community to make it richer.
We got way too many tire shops.
We have no, we need those. Okay, my tire blew out yesterday, and I had to go to Sam's, and that was the worst. All right,
every time I drive down Culebra Road,
I wanted Juanillo to fix my tire. Hey, I'll give you a pass for $5 right there.
Or you hear another Hector's tire shop.
One of my favorites was I was on Culebra and Zarzamora, and I had
Hold on, wait. What if the tire shops were in cahoots with city council, and that's why they never fix the potholes? So they give them a cut of the money from the tire.
Right.
How do you say Illuminati in Spanish?
Illuminato? I don't know.
Illuminatia.
Oh God, isn't that an arts fest?
It's Luminaria.
So no, but it was so funny. One time I went down there and I had a dent, and it was going to cost. It's one of those things where like the cost to fix it was going to be the same as my deductible, so you don't do it. And a big old dent there, and my dad was like, "Take it to this one place." I took it over there, and the guy goes, "Well, I can fix it. It'll cost you like $500.
Yeah.
Or I can kind of fix it, the Mexican way for Bill Miller's."
Shoot.
And I was like, okay, so I went to Bill Miller's. Dude gets a crowbar and just starts going, ba-doom, 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 and pops out the dent. And he goes, You got a little bit of crack, a little bit of flaking there on there, but the dent's gone. He goes, the dent's gone. You can buff it later. Like I was gonna buff it, right? Like I have a buffer. But anyway, yeah. So he was like, that'll cost you a 3-piece from the number one from Bill Miller's.
Damn, I'll pay everybody the number ones if they
There
let
you
me.
go.
$10, dude. $10.
Hey, we got another super chat from our good friend Tex-Mex Frank.
Says, howdy, fellas, and to my amiga Stephanie. Great work with the community, Joe. This is their year for the Puro Pinche Cowboys.
Oh,
Their year, huh? Well, I've heard that for about 30 years.
Yeah.
Think about that. It's been
Did you
30
see the video?
years.
Did you see the video I posted at Sam's? They vandalized it, man. They put cowboy stuff all up in the. They trashed it.
I know. From what I understand, Child Protective Services is going to go and take your children if they wear Cowboys gear, because that's
child abuse. Yeah.
I wanted to talk with Joe about something here that I thought is kind of funny. You have a huge following and everything.
Yeah.
And it just seems like everybody gets so triggered when you use the phrase sucia. And we all use it like it's funny, right? It's a term of endearment. And I think it's funny and it's humorous to me because I go and I watch your content and then I go in the comments and they're complaining, oh, how dare you use
Let me tell you,
sucia?
started that sucia trend. Nobody was using that word, nothing. I mean, I'm not saying that word has never ever been used, but to make it, mainstream, right? And people were like, you can't be saying that. And they were afraid to say that, right?
Why?
And now everybody says it all the time. And there's some stuff that the news has done where when I did this, I don't know if you remember, there was a Valentine's Day basket that came out.
Oh, yes. I
with
remember.
the eyelashes and the lip
and
liner.
Las Palmas.
At Las Palmas. That was me. I created that
Yeah.
basket. They wanted me to call it the Toxica basket. A year later, they used the word sucia on the news after they told me that I couldn't. I'm like, I literally start trends in San Antonio, but I don't ever come out and be like, yeah, because me or whatever. But it boggles my mind that people get upset about that word. Oh, you're making San Antonio look bad. I'm like, no, I'm not.
No.
You are
The
making
sucias are making it look bad.
Fiesta Sucia.
I mean, the sucia came from Fiesta Sucia.
Come on, man.
They're like, leave her alone. I'm like, man, she loves this stuff.
Yeah.
She loves it. I've talked to her a couple times and she embraces that whole character.
Yeah,
man.
between that and that guy, the Nombre Go Spurs Go.
Oh, nobody shut up. Got another super chat, Mike.
Very nice. A $5 super chat from the Drew Show. Empty those wallets, my man. Thank you so much.
Making it rain.
I know.
As a writer in the current written about the Spurs wanting the rich citizens of San Antonio for $1.8 billion for a stadium, Michael Dell is worth 100 times that. You know what? It's the cost of doing business. If you want to have a stadium, it's a co-op between the owner of the team and the city. That is what it is. They didn't become billionaires because they spent their money. They become billionaires because they get subsidized by people, by cities and stuff like that. Hell, even USAA, which employs 15,000 people in San Antonio, doesn't pay what they should pay for water. Do you think they have the right
Electricity?
Electricity?
Yeah.
Big business gets subsidized. Doesn't matter if it's USAA. Doesn't matter if it's UTSA. Doesn't matter if it's SAC. Big business gets
They
subsidized.
get tax breaks.
and they get
Big
tax
time.
breaks. And the AT&T or SBC Center back in the day, that it became the AT&T, now the Frost.
Yeah.
That was subsidized mostly by a hotel motel tax.
Yeah.
So tourists were getting taxed on that, and that went towards that. So I don't care if they're gonna screw over the tourists. Who cares? The tourists are coming anyway.
Yeah.
You know, surcharge them $10.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
we
build
want
the
to go
stadium.
ahead and as we start getting close to that 11:30 hour there, we want to make sure that everybody goes and follows our good friend here at Joe Coronado at Chancla Academy.
Yeah,
Make sure you go and follow him. Great content that he's always putting out, daily content.
that's right.
And he's doing that Rock Fest. So go out and support. It's for the community, to better the community.
It's free.
It's free. I mean, you all got nothing to do. Go.
Yeah. And then just one last plug. If you go over to Ray's Drive-In, the Puppy Taco restaurant over there on Guadalupe, or you go over to my buddy Crispy Fried Chicken, and I'll make another post about it. We have these ticket coupons. So if you go and buy one item from them, you'll get 4 tickets, and those tickets have $1 off your first 2 beers. So I mean, if you get 4 of those, you're gonna get a good discount. And then Ray's Drive-In is giving you a free crispy dog.
Wow.
If you come the day after Rockfest, and that's 4. I mean, if it's just
Hey.
you, 4 crispy dogs, and then you get 10% off on your order with crispy fried chicken. So
Yeah, man, that's a great deal. Who doesn't like a crispy dog? Come on.
and they're big too. Those are big crispy dogs.
Let's talk movies real fast before we go, because
Yeah.
Joe and I saw Twisters the other day.
Oh yeah,
It premieres tonight.
it was good.
It was good, dude.
It was good.
That
dude.
shit blew
I
ass.
felt so
It
bad.
was so good.
No.
Are you a movie snob?
I had
No. I love the movie Twister. Twister is probably one of my all-time
The
favorites.
flying cow.
Helen Hunt was like, I had a huge crush on Helen Hunt. Bill Paxton is my Twister
Rest
guy.
in peace.
Okay. but I felt like there was an element missing to the movie. Like it didn't have what the original Twister had. I would have loved to have seen that those kids grew older and maybe it was like the kids.
I think what it was missing from what you're saying, that I mean, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
It was action,
but it just felt like there was a disconnect there with the character development. The focus seemed to be more on the action and what was going on with what they were doing and technology wise and stuff like that. But it seems like they kind of missed the bill when it came to character development. They didn't have the magic that the first one
exactly
had.
The moment and sorry to spoil it, but there's something that happens.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Something happens.
No spoilers.
Okay,
No
I won't say
spoilers.
specific, but something happens in the beginning, and once that moment happens, you're like, "Oh my god, this is about to be almost a copy and paste of this movie," and it's just like, you already know where it's going. So,
okay. So first of all, the original Twister, it's campy. You go back and
I
watch
love
it now.
campy.
I like it now. Don't get me wrong. Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton, Philip Seymour Hoffman, by the way.
Oh my god, a young.
I wanted somebody so bad in this movie, the new one, to go food. I wanted that to be so bad, but it didn't happen. But
hey, we want to give a shout out real quick to Jason, man.
I'm giving this the
Jason gave you
$20 super chat. My man,
he's just supporting the show, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Jason. Coming in from Portland, Oregon, by the way. He's from San Antonio. Took a job there in Portland earlier this year. Thank you so much for that, Jason. We appreciate it. The original movie is great. It really is. But here's the thing. This is not a reboot. This is not a remake of a movie. I don't know if it's a reboot. It's just to me, it's like Creed to Rocky. You don't have to watch the original Rocky movies to enjoy Creed.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, the vast majority of people who are watching this movie didn't watch the first one, and will never watch the first one.
It came out so long ago.
It's a standalone movie. It's 30 years later, and then you got that homeboy who's in suddenly every movie. That's
the white guy.
Yeah,
the good-looking dude.
He was in Resident Evil.
He was in Maverick.
Yeah, I bet you kind of Fuerte goes and sees that movie. She's gonna be all.
I mean, he was also on that Netflix show.
With City Sweeney.
Yes.
And what do you think? Is he a good-looking guy?
He's your typical white guy.
Yeah, he is your typical white guy.
Yeah.
He's got the scruff.
Yeah.
Does he?
White
Have
guy
you
with
looked that
scruff.
close?
Huh?
I haven't really paid attention.
It's the whole movie.
I was waiting for the t-shirt to come off during the whole movie. I was
She's like, he doesn't have Rick's scruff.
But remember the line: if you feel it,
I miss it.
chase it.
Yeah.
That's the line from Twister.
And
that's all I see on Twitter. That's all I see
I
on
didn't feel
TikTok.
it in this one.
Oh my god! Don't be a movie snob. No, let me
you know how I know I don't like a movie, especially if it's a remake. The moment I pick up my phone and start checking on stuff, I'm like, dude. And I didn't have to watch the movies. I watched it at home actually.
Let's see it.
Soapbox.
You're like, no.
Let's look up what's the over under on the Rotten Tomatoes?
Go and check.
I think it's gonna be all right.
Okay, what do you think? I'm gonna say 71% approval. That's what I'm gonna say.
Ooh, 62%.
Let's see. Audience score is 93%.
It's all
and the reviewers, the critics, 78% approval. It is considered to be a fresh Rotten Tomatoes movie.
Fresca.
Well,
now
you'll when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, I see what Joe's talking about.
Now we were talking about
it was good. I enjoyed it. It's just it was missing a little bit of something.
Well, it's called Twisters, so I thought the plot was gonna be like these two crazy
massive tornadoes,
like just causing
no,
like Sharknado.
So
yeah. Dude, Sharknado was better
on.
than this sequel. I'm sorry.
So we're talking about a movie that's certified fresh. $1.99 super chat from Midtown, Texas. What's going on, man?
Hot.
Says Riz Elite Academy. Very nice. So looking at the toy, because I saw a story about it, about how certain movies that would never be remade ever again.
Oh God, man!
The toy came out in the early '80s. It was Richard
Pryor.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically about him working inside of a toy store. Old wealthy man goes in there, tells his son or grandson or whatever, you can have anything you want in the store.
Wealthy, rich white guy.
Yeah, and he sees Richard Pryor, and the little boy's like, I want him, and decides to buy him, the man, for a weekend or whatever it was.
Yeah. Like, these are movies that will never be made again, dude. Ever.
I think they could remake it. They just gotta maybe do it with the Mexican.
They go into the store. I need two.
I need
You
those.
do drywall.
Drywall.
Oh man. Okay, so
Now
Mr.
the audience score, by the way, for the toy, even though the critics was at 3%, the audience score just 53%.
I think that's still really good. I enjoyed that movie.
Didn't one of these characters become a porn star later on? Didn't that little boy?
Oh man, I don't.
You
know.
would know.
The little boy.
First,
Mike, I have no idea.
That
Mike.
was
That was
bathtub.
famously. You know, I'm going to look that up right now.
Hey, well, we got a $1.99 super chat from our boy Mario Cavazos. Again, appreciate you, man.
Sanchez team.
Sanchez team, once a hoe, always a hoe. Choose wisely.
Okay.
I would rather stay with my wife.
Oh, by the way, this movie took place in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So now it makes sense. That was the setting of the movie. So,
Okay.
By the way, didn't we have a death yesterday? Didn't we have
Who died now?
comedian?
Mr.
Bob
Love.
Newhart.
Yeah,
Bob Newhart
Mr.
died.
Newhart. Yeah.
I thought he died like last year.
I
No,
know.
he was 94, 92 years old. He was
Damn.
the guy who played Buddy's dad in
Yeah.
Elf. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bob Newhart.
He was great in so many different things. He was most recently on Big Bang Theory for many, many seasons. He would have appearances on there. The Bob Newhart show back in the day, then the show Newhart on CBS.
Yeah.
One of the great jokes of all time was told by him. And I'm never going to say it the way that he says it, but the joke goes, quote, "I don't like country music, but I don't mean to denigrate those who do. And for those of you who don't like country music, denigrate means put down."
Yeah. And look, we just got a $4.99 super chat from Rudy G. He said, "Finally made it live. Keep up the fun." He's Brad DiBiase on the X. Appreciate you,
Very
man.
nice, man. Very nice. Lots of new names coming out here. That's
Yeah.
what I like about the chats that we have here. You know, it used to be the same 4 or 5 people. Now it's the same 10 people. Now it's the same 20 people.
Yeah.
You see a lot of different names
And
go out there.
What happened? Yeah, man. And the thing is like we have at times like 78. Sometimes it'll pop in here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well,
yeah.
you know
It
what?
seems like the audio just cut off on us right at the last
it did
minute.
cut off, but you know what? The show's about to wrap up anyway.
Yeah.
So let's just say everyone have a fantastic weekend. Joe Coronado, again, the Chancla Academy. Follow him on all the socials, whether it be TikTok, Instagram. He has that event going on the first weekend of August as well. Rockfest. Go check that out. On his platforms, he has information as to, where it's at. Again, it's a free event. Go see local artists. Go support the local community. Be out and about. Be active, right? Be active in San Antonio. Go out there, make friends, mix and mingle. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. Going to go see if the Count is over at SeaWorld.
Jeez, man.
Everyone,
Ernie.
Everyone have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for all the super chats, Mario, Rudy,
Drew
Show, all you guys. Jason,
Tex-Mex Frank,
Jason Garcia. Thank you so much for all of that. Keeping the show going. 1,008 subscribers strong. This time next year we'll be at 2,500. See you guys Monday.
Yeah.
Y'all
See you
take care.
guys Monday. Bye.